Attention, Dune fans! Our time is fast approaching. Dune Part 2 hits theaters on March 1st.
I don't believe you.
In the meantime, there's been plenty going on behind the scenes to get us hyped. From Jason Momoa's stunts to plenty more sandworms, we've got all the inside details you've been dying to know about this highly anticipated sequel. One of the best parts of the Dune franchise? The VFX and cinematography. Plenty of movie magic went into making this movie what it is. And that's where some seriously good VFX comes in. VFX head Paul Lambert had plenty of work to do. Lambert prefers practical effects when possible, and he also needs a good base from the actors in order to apply VFX to the best cuts possible.
You then have the best that you could have possibly caught, which then makes a far better visual effect.
So while there aren't actors playing those sandworms, they did have a bit to do with how great they look. And if you're thinking that the visuals couldn't possibly compare to Dune Part 1, think again. As director Denis Villenueve says, they had
just much more fun with cinema. In a way, it's like it will be more cinematic, I think.
And it surely doesn't hurt that the entire movie was shot on IMAX cameras, which was only the case for half of the first installment. Another standout aspect of Dune Part 1 was its incredible cast. So, of course, many of those actors' return for the sequel was of the utmost importance for this film's success. Timothée Chalamet is returning as Paul Atreides, the film's protagonist.
Do you believe in me?
And among others, Zendaya will be returning as well. Plus, she'll be featured much more heavily in the second movie than she was in the first. And this amazing cast is only getting bigger and more star-studded the second time around. Florence Pugh will be playing Princess Irulan Carino. Austin Butler will be taking on the role of Feyd-Rautha Harkonnen, who was famously played by Sting in the 1984 film adaptation. Christopher Walken joins the cast as Emperor Shaddam IV, and Léa Seydoux joins as Lady Margot. With an even more famous cast and in the wake of the success of the first film, it's safe to say that these cast members may have some good news come award season. Unfortunately, that will have to be next award season, thanks to 2023's Hollywood strikes. The strikes caused a major delay for Dune Part 2, ultimately moving its release date from November 2023 to March 2024. It's easy to see that this cast didn't just join this film in hopes of some accolades come award season. They also seem to thoroughly enjoy their fellow cast and crew members, and the meshing between the returning and new cast members were no exception to this. Austin Butler joined the cast this time around, and working with co-star Timothée Chalamet was a highlight for him.
We bonded immediately. I really love him a lot, and I've been a huge fan of his work.
In fact, this cast was close enough that Chalamet was even happy to bring his dad to set. When the movie wrapped filming, the actor posted a selfie of him with his father in the desert where they filmed, captioned "Desert Dad." Speaking of the desert, Dune Part 2 certainly won't be short on amazing visuals, and the setting is an important part. Just like in the first movie, the desert is a character of its own. And Zendaya showed just how important this character is with this Instagram post showing the desert and signing off with love from Arrakis. Despite how beautiful this filming location is, it wasn't an easy place to shoot.
It gets so hot during the day that sometimes you have to shoot between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. because it would be too dangerous to be shooting outside, especially with the kind of still suits we were wearing.
But the hot desert wasn't the only place they filmed. They also headed to Italy to take advantage of the Brion tomb, which provided beautiful architecture for the film. Of course, not all of the set was ready-made, and because Denis Villeneuve prefers to cut no corners, he made every single set piece from scratch. Yep, even the ones that they could have reused from the first movie. In addition to the set, just like in Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2 required some seriously impressive costume design to make the unique world and characters really come to life before our eyes.
Every single little thing had to be designed with the complexity and style.
Makeup artist Donald Mowatt's vision had a lot to do with making this style work.
Gave us an opportunity to do a practical makeup that we had the luxury of time and, some budget to be able to do.
And from the looks of the trailer, the hair and makeup department really hit it out of the park this time around. We could barely even recognize Austin Butler. What do you think Dune Part 2 has in store? Will it be better than the first? Let us know in the comments. And for more videos like this one, like and subscribe to The Things.